So everything's looking like it's good and up and running. Which means we're good to go. How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. Rob vonShoe here. We've got some 5 and 6 star arena grinding today for the newly buffed War Machine. Now, I did wind up getting one out of round 1. Still undecided what I want to do with round 2 here, but I figure either which way, whether I'm going for a champ, whether I'm going for milestones, or what have you, I got to put up the points in the first place, and that is what we're doing tonight. So, I am currently a few million points deep, going to be running through as many champions as I can get through in the next hour and a half, couple hours, whatever it winds up being. And, of course, kick back, hang out, have a good time. And, of course, I always talk about the latest and greatest as far as the game goes. I want to say a big howdy, big welcome to the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTube's. Cheers. I'm digging the videos put out so far and are interested in the videos yet to come. Had a pretty spicy crystal opening that I posted this morning. Go check that out. That's the top of the page on the videos section there. Do cordially invite you to check that out at your next convenience. Because it's pretty nuts. I'm not going to spoil anything, but pretty happy with how it turned out. There we go. Had to slap him around a little bit more. Just get through those Corvus charges. It just slows everything down. What's a big howdy to King J as well, saying first, congrats, you are indeed first. Hey, Mr. Smoke, always a pleasure. How's it going, bud? Happy Monday. Well, hello there. There we go, I think that works. I'll tell you that one of these nights, I'm going to allow myself to sleep. So I usually wind up sleeping anywhere between like 4 and 6 hours tops. Usually closer to the 4 than the 6. One of these days, I'm going to give myself a full, proper 8 hours sleep, and I'm going to wake up and have no idea what to do with all that energy. Someday. Someday. Now, this is, like I was saying, the round 2 of the newly buffed arena. We got Purgatory starting up on Thursday. I don't think there's official news yet on who the basic champ is going to be. It's either Spider-Gwen or Luke Cage, I believe. So we'll have to see about that. So if you don't have a 5 or 6 star Spider-Gwen or Luke Cage, now's the time to go for it, because I reckon that the cutoff for either one of those champs, whichever way it winds up going, probably isn't going to be a brand new record, I'll say. Let's do a couple things here too, because I did not wind up sending out a tweet on the Twitter. If I do that as soon as Kid Fisto here goes down. You know, I wasn't sure that dude's gonna throw that special. Oh. Uh-oh. Way the AI was playing the character right there, just lucked out. I think I definitely lucked out. So let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. good. Let's get that Twitter link up and running. What should I post? Super creative here, guys. Mortal Kombat reference. Round 2. Fight. Not that it has anything to do with anything, but, you know, can't go wrong with a nice little Mortal Kombat reference. And tweet. Put that out there in the ether. So what's new, everybody? Hope your day has been going pretty good. It's a new week, new adventures, new things going on. Cutoff for round 1 for Arena was about to be expected. I think it was like high 30s, low 40s for the featured 5-star, high 60s for the featured 6-star, the buff champs. And then Spider-Ham, I think, was about as much as well, just being the rerun basic. So, you know, I'll definitely take that. Boop. Do that, do that. That. Alright. Do a little this, do a little that. Boop. I didn't even intentionally dex that last one. That just worked out. Super lucky, super coinky dink. I'll take it. I'll take it. Do that, do that. Do that. So why not? So if I do wind up going for the featured 6-star, I think probably 70, I think. Should be pretty reasonable. Which is a lot of points. It's not out of the question. It's a lot of points. I don't know. I really dig War Machine. I think he's a lot of fun with the buff. We'll have to see. AC popping in. Still waiting. Man, those guys really do just string you along, don't they? Well, I mean, hopefully tomorrow, right? Because it's been a few days, a few business days. I'm all right, AC. I'm all right. Week's off to a good start. It's a stupid busy day. But, you know, I can't complain. Looking forward to seeing how the rest of the week here plays out. And then go from there. I think the biggest news of today was Sigil, which wound up being released for everybody who was getting a Sigil for the next month. Wound up getting a free 4-star if you signed up, which I can't go wrong with a free 4-star for a new exclusive champ. I'd love a free 4-star for like Unstoppable Colossus or Punisher, seeing as how it's like a comparable character now. But yeah, I've seen a couple people post some gameplay of the 4-star. I'd like to get my hands on one eventually, just strictly as a trophy champ, but I don't know, the initial impressions I've been seeing have not been overwhelmingly positive. Just because with their chaos magic kind of goes all over the place. Usually winds up hurting more than helping. Hopefully, good news though, if I do get my band changed, I talked with my old alley leader, And will be allowed to join back once the Alliance War season is over. Good. Not interested in the new Scarlet Witch, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, the synergies are okay at best. I don't think she's going to wind up breaking the game with her kit. Certainly isn't going to give OG Scarlet Witch a run for the money. But at the end of the day, I think, honestly, she's probably going to wind up being a bench warmer. And that's not to say that she's a bad champ, just because, you know, again, I haven't had a chance to play her myself yet. But just given of like how many amazing Mystic champions are out there, that's my initial impression. I hope to be proven wrong, but that's my initial impression at least. Sure, she's cool, but she's a nice to have champ. Won't make a significant difference to the game. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, I think the best synergy she brings is that she increases buffs and reduces debuffs by 20% on OG Scarlet Witch, which would be really nice for like buffed up or buff cornucopia. I mean, in the incursions, get all that stuff lasting just a lot longer, especially if you get, you know, a regen or fury, and then especially still if you have the fury boosted again with either like fury, Nick Fury or Captain Sparkles or anybody else. Come on, my dude. Thank you. Text that, text that. But I mean, again, AC, that's really good to hear about your alliance. You're saying after Alliance War season is over, right? You mean the one that's going to be starting in like a week or a couple weeks? Because like right now, it's still that prolonged off season for AW, which I personally am enjoying, but everyone's got a different opinion on Alliance War. Let's do that, do that, do that. Gogeta popping in saying, "Hey Rob, what up, Gogeta? Good to see you." All right, AC, get some good Z's. We'll catch you next time, bud. Hopefully tomorrow's a much better day with some good news. So I wound up being really interesting yesterday. Channel wound up on the live stream, wound up getting visited by a bot of viewers present. Went from the an average, the normal amount of typical amount of viewers, wound up spiking up a couple hundred, and then dipping back down in a matter of 5 minutes or so. It's very interesting. I mean, I appreciate it. Someone went to a lot of effort to bot the account, but very interesting at the same time. Question of the evening here over on my left is a carryover from an earlier question, but still, I think it's pretty interesting now that we've had a little bit more time to digest. How are you guys liking the new arenas? Do you think they need further adjustments, or do you think that the new format, new formula, winds up solving the problems that we were all running into before? Well, that took an awful long time. I've got Damage Masters on, and that still wound up taking a long time. Curious. Oh yeah, that's right. Brand new Fix-It. Gogeta, not a fan of the new arenas. That's interesting. Why do you say that? No judgment, of course, one way or the other. Just genuinely curious. Just because I think it's really interesting. The arena affects everybody much differently. You know, some people liked arena before. Some people didn't like arena before. Especially since it's far and away the biggest time suck in the game. Logan popping in. How's it going, Logan? Happy Monday. Welcome to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Saying what up, what up? What up indeed. What up indeed. Hope your week's off to a good start there, bud. I have to put in so many friggin' points to get my units. Yeah, that is true. That is true. My guess is that no matter what, they probably aren't going to wind up getting back into arena before summer, I would say, at the earliest. Probably because they're going to do the same song and dance where it's like, you know, we got to crunch the data, we need to look at the numbers, we need to consult the oracle, that sort of thing. And then, and only then, come back to it and see if it needs some actual bona fide adjusting. Diane says, hello, Rob. How are you? I'm doing pretty okay. I'm doing pretty okay. It's been a pretty okay day. Been running around nonstop. So it's nice to be able to just sit. Logan says, do you have an infinity streak guide? I do, as a matter of fact. It still works. Let me get a link here for you, actually. So there's a lot of different ways, and everyone's got a different way of getting the infinite streak, right? But the one that I wanted to put together, let's see, this still is applicable. It's an older video, but I've tested it with the new arena adjustments here, with the new 6-star arena, and it still does work. The way I do it is with 4 stars. That you can still easily get an infinite streak in the 6-star featured arena using only 4-star champions. So if you want to take a look at that, it's about 10 minutes, so it's not, you know, the quickest of videos, but at the same time too, just because everybody's roster is different, I wanted to try and cover the bases well enough that it should be pretty easy to adjust just around, you know, whoever you've got and whoever you have ranked up. Dr. Diz says Sentinel or Symbiote Supreme. Sentinel probably. It depends. Let me ask you this here first. Are either of them awakened? If it's unawakened, probably Sentinel. If they're both awakened, then probably Symbiote Supreme. The thing is, both of them are good champions. Both of them are outshined by other robots for Sentinel or other mystics for Symbiote Supreme, but they're both still very useful in the modern meta. Again, just really depends on their awakened ability. I'm a bit sad and angry at the game. Remember, I've been telling you about my last 6-star pulls? Iron Fist last month. OG A-Bomb month before that. Well, yesterday I pulled 6-star Iron Patriot. That's just the cherry on the top. I I'm sorry to hear. I understand that. I actually strongly understand that. For about a 5-month stretch, I wound up pulling nothing but memes, useless dupes, and just all around trash. It hurts. It hurts because you wind up working and building for so long, trying to scrimp and save every shard you can get, and then you wind up pulling something that is not going to be immediately useful. So that's rough. Dr. Jiz says, who's the first champ I'm taking to rank 4? Elsa Bloodstone. Elsa's going to be my first rank 4 champion. And I'm really looking forward to playing her at that level. She's going to melt. For 2 reasons. I mean, first of all, she's my favorite champion to play in the game. Even a year and change later. It's just find her gameplay and rotation to be really fun. Just really smooth and really fun to play. But at the same time, too, it's also a practical measure because she's a pretty high SIG, so it'd be a good prestige play. And because I always run damage masteries, that degen that she procs at the start of the fight with Devil Edge turned on is going to be enormous at a rank 4 level. So, I mean, already, effectively, if I throw my Elsa in an arena match, like that degen takes at least half of the opponent's health without me having to do anything. So at like rank 4, I suspect and I expect that to just rinse people. But that's not going to be for a while. Hopefully by the end of the year, you know, there's going to be enough like free-to-play offerings that I can get enough together for a rank 4. I'm really hoping that they don't entirely paywall it for the first year. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Right now I still have 2 existing pieces of content where I can get extra shards. The rest of the Karina challenge and then 7-2. So with those in hand, I should be able to fully form 1 apiece, and I need 3 of each for a rank 4. What's my alliance all about? Oh, we go hard, my alliance. Good group of guys. We like to just talk a bunch of smack, have some witty banter, tell a lot of jokes, and then plan the heck out of Alliance Quest and Alliance War. So we are a Masters Alliance currently, Platinum 1 Masters Alliance and Alliance War, and we are top 20 for AQ. Top 15, really. Which is nice. It's challenging because, you know, I'm always challenging myself to feel like I'm worthy of earning a spot there. But it's fun too because it pushes me to keep getting better and more knowledgeable. I'm burned out on Alliance War. I feel you there. Especially with this next round, whatever it is that they wind up planning, and however it winds up playing out, it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be an overhaul, even though I think Alliance War really needs an overhaul. But it's still going to be a bit of an adjustment, I think, because it puts more of the variability into the player's hands, or into our hands as opposed to bots, or the opponent. Coming to the stream and Rob's chatting about rank 4 Elsa. Sounds about right. You know it, PP. You know it. I mean, are you surprised, though? Is anyone really surprised that by the time I finally get all of the rank 4 materials, that Elsa is going to be my first rank 4? Heck yeah. Biggest kicker, I think, is going to be if I can hold on to, was it 2 tier 5 skill cats for the rank up. Which is really freaky because it still feels like those are such a insurmountable resource to acquire in the first place, you know? Feels like they just got added. But, I mean, 6 stars as a whole have been in the game for like 3 years now, something like that. Good, guys. Glad you're able to set something up with an alliance there. That's cool. So who here has seen some gameplay on Purgatory already? I know some of the content creators, some of the CCP people have put out videos, and then of course everybody wound up getting a free 3-star, which is nice, which is really nice. Kind of wish they would do that for everybody, for all the new champs. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. She's weak. Yep. Yep. That's the thing. I want to like her so much. I want to like her so much. I actually like her design. I dig the lore behind it. I know other people aren't a fan of that, but that's all right with me. Honestly, the only important thing for me for a character, no matter who they are, from like fan favorite comic gods like Doom and Silver Surfer, right, to, you know, joke characters like Squirrel Girl or Gwenpool, or even the new original characters like, you know, Aegon or Purgatory in this case. The only thing I care about is how they play in game, if they're fun and if they're useful. So she's fun, and she's got a cool looking design, but she's fun, just not really useful. Like, they've built in way too many things to inhibit her without giving her any sort of compensation to justify doing that, you know? Like Gilly 99 here, for example, right? Gilly 99 has a lot going on for her, but they've intentionally restricted her special 3 soul getting. It's got to be extremely specific, and it can be affected by ability accuracy, and if there's a damage cap, then the damage cap could bypass her ability. It's really annoying. So it seems like with Purgatory, they're like, hey, let's take that really annoying aspect of Gilly 99, like that impediment to having fun, and absolutely opening up and ripping with her, right? Let's just like crank that up to 11 for no reason. Which is such a shame. Because like I said, I want to like her. I really do. Purgatory stole her special animations from Zod. That's fun. Is that actually a thing though? Like in, I don't know if in either Injustice or, I don't know. Do you ever make it an appearance in Mortal Kombat? It's very interesting. Have I done the side quest rifts yet? I haven't. Which actually is a really good point. I should look at that. Because it resets each week, right? For the key or something, is it? So that isn't timed, so that's nice. So how does this work? What is it that resets it each week? Because nothing here seems timed. I mean, timed like as in like you got the month to do it, but not like timed as in we gotta crank it out like each week. I really probably should get going on that though. I did watch Rich the Man's video about the keys. If it's a better idea to hoard the keys to the last week or to just use them as they come. So I was thinking of just hoarding the keys to the last week, but I don't know. I haven't even looked at the prizes. I'm assuming there's going to be like the usual assortment of like a couple 6-star shards. I'm sure there's, I don't know, tier 4 basic something. The usual assortment of like, hey, that's nice. Figure I'll just burn a little bit of energy here while I'm here. Boink. You can do all difficulties 7 times each. No energy. Okay. So the one right here is what, ground floor or bottom floor or whatever, right? So you can do seven entries on the ground level, and then the second week is like, I guess, the first story, something like that. Presumably you can do 7 of those as well. Oh yeah, then I really should do it, huh? Well, I appreciate the heads up, because I was gonna leave it. I had forgotten about it, first off. I'll confess to that, I had completely forgotten about it. But I was gonna leave it. So thank you. Thank you for that. Did the lower levels for the shards, and it's still kind of a grind. Well, that's... yeah. I'm sure about that. Let's see what Gilly does. So I can't use heavies or specials, basically. This would be a really good Spider-Ham fight. Just because Spider-Ham doesn't need power and doesn't need to throw specials. And if you can't use heavies or specials, then that's helpful. Because I don't want her to be debuffing me, and that would be annoying. I mean, it's annoying already, but... come on. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. That is true, PP. That is true. He did say pineapple earlier. So we are good. We're in the clear. All right, so that should be enough energy to tide me over. Let's get back into the grind. And I still got that second arena too. Does it feel for you guys that there's just, I don't want to say that there's too many things to do, because that isn't exactly the right way to say it, but that there's just a lot of stuff to do each month? Like, I never feel like I'm really like on top of it or caught up until maybe like the last week of the event, where it's like, hey, cool, everything is just about done and I can just coast into the end of the month. But like, I didn't even wind up doing the side event last month for the hand-to-hand shards. Just didn't do it. It's easy loot if you got like the few hours to knock it out, but I mean, between like everything else, between just the regular monthly quests and the various different difficulties of that, between the arena, getting milestones, going for champions, which is what I was doing, the side event, and then plus all the new challenges too. You know, if there's a variance, if there's the arena challenge, if there's the gauntlet, or whatever else pops up. I mean, they definitely keep incentivizing you to play their game, which is nice, but there's always that sense of like missing out, that if you don't get the loot, you're gonna be missing out at a big disadvantage. Kind of feels like that. Weird thing is, in a way, I got better rewards from Epic than from Legendary. I don't know if it was bugged, but in one run of Epic, I got 7 Tier 1 Alpha, then ran it again and got 6 Tier 1 Alphas. Hey, you're pretty set. That's enough to rank up 2 champs right there. Nice. Jacob says, what's up? What up, all? How you doing, Jacob? Happy Monday. Welcome to the stream and the festivities. Rob, did you try rebooting your War Machine? His PI seems a little bit low. Yeah, I was trying to diagnose it, right? I ran a diagnostic. I think I may need to either update my OS, or I don't know, maybe all the different ad blockers I'm using somehow wound up like crossing wires. But yeah, I did try turning it off, turning it on again. Tried like the old Nintendo cartridge trick where you just like clean the whatchamacallits, blow on the bottom of the whatchamacallit, on the cartridge. Not the electrodes. Good lord, the word's right on the tip of my tongue. But we'll see. It was weird because I went to go claim the War Machine prize this morning when I was doing that video, right? And then went to go check him out in my stash because it's like, hey, cool, I got a 5-star War Machine now. It's a trophy champion, but he's actually good. And it's like, yeah, he's got 0 PI and -1 HP. I'm like, wait, what? Restarted the game and it worked. It was just weird that it came out of the box like that. AC, I would be extremely salty. Extremely salty. You have every right to be salty. Plus, it's just missing out on all this time of gameplay, too, that they better comp you for. I don't understand any of the buffs yet. Haven't looked into it. Is it any good? War Machine is really good. War Machine is really good. Ultron is also really nice as well. Ebony Maw is good. It's okay. It's good. Not phenomenal, but good. Boink. Then, of course, it all just depends on, whoever the buffs are going to be for next month, too. It's always a hustle. Boink. Heard War Machine is basically Tech Odin. Yeah, pretty much. Except his crossfight abilities only last for, like, what, one fight or two fights, and then you gotta reapply them again. So it means you can only use his enhancements, like, once, and then need to play War Machine and win a fight to get them back again. Or just be extremely selective when using his abilities. Because it's nice, it winds up like prolonging debuffs for tech champions. You can wind up boosting your armor rating a whole lot. Kevin Feige may be hinting that mutants show up in Loki. I wouldn't be surprised. That's been my speculation all along for this latest wave of Marvel movies, is that they're going to wind up slowly introducing mutants like one by one in various different shows, various different movies, and then like this generation's version of Avengers is X-Men, right? Where all the different mutants that you've seen across the different movies wind up getting together. But we'll see. I'm trying to keep an open mind. I think at this point too, people who haven't seen any or didn't grow up with some of the original X-Men movies, either the initial round of X-Men movies or like the reboot saga, and like if they're going into the new shows and the new movies with a fresh mind for like what X-Men on screen could be, then I think they're gonna have a lot better go. Because like for me and for everybody else that have already seen X-Men on screen twice already, several times over, part of it's gonna be like, hey, cool, it's something different, but at the same time too, you're just like, it just always invites comparison to what came before. Hey, it's better, hey, it's worse, they did this different, that sort of thing. Imagine having two buffs and still being trash is basically what you're saying. I wouldn't say that he's trash. I wouldn't say that he's trash. It kind of limits what you can do, though. Like War Machine is good, and it's not like needing to go and use like, I don't know, like X-Pool or somebody for an entire fight, and you got to win a fight in order to get the abilities back. It's like, no, I mean, War Machine can do stuff. It's like effectively running another round with Hulkbuster. It's not bad. He's pretty good. You just got to use him instead of, you know, Ghost or somebody. But it kind of seems to be the way that Kabam is playing some of these things, right? They've introduced a champion that can do the ability normally all the time, and the community loves it. And then subsequently, they introduce new champions that can do a fraction of the ability with less reliability. And they keep coming and, like, I don't know, stripping away from what the first champ could do all the time anyway. So that's kind of a bummer. But he's good. I mean, if I wind up getting him as a 6-star, I would consider taking him to rank 2. So, I mean, that should be saying something as well. He is far and away 100 times, like at least twice, 3 times as good as he was before, just with new abilities, new damage, new ways to play him, and you know, being able to buff other tech champions is a big plus too. Excuse me. Alright, so what do we got next? What do we got next? Let's throw up Iron Fist up there. Hela. Has anybody actually tried Hela as a worthy Norseman? Like, I know Seaton put out that video as soon as Odin came into the game, showing like Hela do absolutely disgusting amounts of damage. But I've seen like nothing about it since. And I don't know if that's because Odin wound up getting nerfed and you can't like double buffer, or if it just wasn't that special of an ability in the first place. But it's just interesting that it completely fell off. And there we go. 46 minutes into the game and it's crashed already. Great sign. Great sign, guys. It's way too early in the stream. I mean, I say that, but it usually does wind up crashing 45 minutes on. GG, guys. GG. Do that. Come on. Bingo. Bingo, bingo. That's a bingo. Loki comes out Wednesday, right? Wednesday night? Wednesday or Wednesday night? Like Tuesday at midnight? Or like Wednesday at midnight is what I'm saying. I'm sure it's going to be interesting. It's also kind of freaky because I remember when Falcon and Winter Soldier got over, it's like, dude, Loki's like so far off. It wasn't though, really. I blinked and it's here already. Which I don't know if that says more about just the show or just me. Boink. Hey, man. Do that. Do that. Gotta pay a little bit closer attention. I was getting slapped around by a freaking blade. I don't appreciate that. And lag. Love it. Just reset the game and lag already. Great. Great start. Well, may as well keep rolling with this. Who would you guys rank up with a tech gem? War Machine, Red Skull, Punisher 99, or an unawakened, or an awakened Sentinel? For someone who'd be like nice to play, but really wouldn't ever really use them. See, because I'm kind of leaning Punisher 99, to be honest. War Machine would be nice. I think it would be the most useful of the lot. But Punisher 99, I don't know, dude just plays like Mordo to me, kind of. Where he does a lot of different stuff, and he's fun to play, but he's kind of tricky to play well. Like, if you're not careful, you could just easily just self-destruct. Which kind of adds to the fun of it, you know, but always keeps you on your toes. Get in there. Get in there. Boink. Get through that indestructible phase. Is Gilly's blade supposed to be translucent? Except for like the red line in the middle? Because like in all the different promotion materials for this month's stuff, like her blade is translucent. It's not on the character model, it's just in all the key art. It's interesting to me. I don't know why, it's just interesting. Bye-bye, dude. You know what would also be nice is a quality of life improvement for arenas. So they wind up mixing up the battle music. Like if they just add 2 extra battle music tracks that just play randomly, that would be nice. Or, if that's too much trouble, to just have the music play, or just start playing at different intervals in the track. Because most fights last like 20 seconds, 30 seconds tops, and you only ever hear the first 20, 30 seconds of the music. But it goes on for like a good minute and a half, couple minutes. That way, at least, it's something slightly different. More of a first world arena grinder problem, but what are you gonna do? Clobbs! CT popping in. How's it going, bud? Happy Monday. Saying it's just super shiny. Can see through shiny things. I suppose so. I suppose that is so. Let's do this. Hey, how's it going, Mike? Good to see you, bud. Hope your Monday is going most excellent as well. Thanks for popping in. Saying let's go. 200 million points. Good lord. Can you imagine? 200 million points for a 6-star War Machine. I mean, you definitely get the Warbound title with that. You know, actually, if there wasn't Karina's Challenge, if there wasn't 7-2 this month, if it's like one of those lull months where it's just, you know, the main monthly quest and a side event, I may actually consider it. Just to do it once. Just to say I did. Because, like, that's the sort of arena I would want to do it on, not like, you know, brand new champion arena, like the Mr. Negative arena or the Shang-Chi arena or something like that, where the cutoffs can be super high to begin with and got a lot of people interested and going for it to begin with. But, like, I don't know, if there was like a 6-star Hawkeye arena, That would be a good one to go for. Kind of makes me also wonder what the latest running total for rank 1 is nowadays. Because I still remember like the ones before for the Doom Arena where somebody put up 200 million points for a 5-star Doom. It's insanity. We got a Taz raid incoming. Oh my goodness. How's it going, everybody? Do appreciate the raid. Thank you all for stopping in. Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday as well. Big howdy, big welcome to Icky-ish, Icy-ish. Sorry, bud, if I completely butchered that. Leading the charge with the Taz raid. Appreciate that. Cat as well. Good evening, bud. And Taz. Appreciate the raid, my friend. Thank you very much for the Taz G raid. Awesome. Rocky X says, torn on Rolk, Mr. Fantastic, or Wasp to rank 3. All 660. Thoughts? How important is prestige to you? That's really the kicker right there. Like if you're in a super competitive AQ alliance, you're gonna need to go prestige, and in that case, it's Mr. Fantastic because he's what, top 3 now, top 4 for science prestige. If you're looking for pure fun, go Wasp. Hands down, Wasp. If you're an arena grinder, Wasp. She is a like 3-hit combo plus a heavy attack solo kind of champion. She just absolutely melts arena. And Rolk is cool. He's got his uses, but probably wouldn't be my choice. If it was me personally for my account and where I'm at, I would do Mr. Fantastic for the prestige. But that's just me. Exhilarate joining in the Taz Chi raid. What up, bud? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Want to say big welcome as well to Redwood, Parasite, and Raul, who says hello in my horrible Alec Guinness impression. Hello there. It's terrible. And courtesy of Apple and their completely shoddy accessory products. Got that little hiccup in the video feed. I love Apple devices. I haven't gone wrong with an Apple, with an iPhone yet. Their accessories, on the other hand, hot garbage. For the amount of money you wind up paying for them, relative to like how long they function before they start to go haywire, it's terrible. Parasite says hello. Rob, how's the day? It's good. It's good. Monday, today was busy. I don't think there was a down minute all day, basically. Just running around trying to get a bunch of different things done, a bunch of different small jobs done, too. A lot of freelance stuff, which is nice. Gonna see how the rest of the week shapes up. I'm hoping that it eases off a little bit. But, you know, play it by ear and hope for the best. How are you doing? General Rob vonShoe, Shuby Dooby Doo. To answer your question, Rob, it's too late to fix arenas. Too late as in this iteration, or just like arenas are perpetually and forevermore busted. Like, they would have to completely scrap the game mode and rebuild it from the ground up. Because I mean, if it makes the mode more fun, I would not be opposed to that. Like, don't get me wrong, like Arena still is one of my favorite game modes in the game, just because it's the only game mode where I get to play my roster, like everybody in my roster. Because otherwise, you know, I would never play OG Captain Marvel ever. And even Vulture post buff still is a bench warmer and uh, all other content for me. Even though he's good. So Arena is just really the time for him to shine for me. But to each their own. Anybody here been keeping up with any of the meme stock news between AMC or GameStop or was it a BlackBerry too, right? Redwood says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I definitely like them having 6 stars in Arena now. I think that that's long overdue. But that having been said, it's been an interesting rollout, to say the least. It's been a very interesting rollout. Especially since, like, 6-star arenas aren't even 2 months old, and we've already had 2 different iterations of them. Boink. That's one of the few sayings I've learned to live my life by. I mean, it was all fine the way it was, at least in my eyes. Yeah, mine too. Mine too. I really appreciated the cutoffs that they had for the 5 stars. I thought it was reasonably attainable. So you still had to put in work, but you didn't have to, like, go without sleep for 3 days. Which, end of the day, really still should be the goal for the devs. Like, if you go into a new game mode, right, and if you put a new game mode out there and you want people to have fun with it, you shouldn't be like, yeah, and you need to put up, like, you know, 30 hours of your life over 3 days to get this thing. And of course, that's completely community driven. Like, if nobody wound up going for it, then you wouldn't need to spend that amount of time. But I think there's enough data to show that that's already a trend. So instead of alleviating the problem, it's just kind of feeding into it more. But perhaps that's a bit of a negative Nancy way of looking at it. Thoughts on the gauntlet for 100%? Thoughts on, like, who to use, or just, like, my thoughts on the entire just gauntlet as a whole? On the whole, I really like the gauntlet. I really, really like it. I think there's a couple of quality of life things that they could implement to make it even better. Like, at the start, I think you should be able to select which of the 4 paths you want to go to, instead of having to start at Doctor Doom and work your way through the entire, like, gauntlet if you want to get to, like, one specific fight. But that having been said, I mean, the difficulty relative to the prizes, relative to the time investment needed to get to said prizes, is is amazing. Like, the Gauntlet has as good of prizes as 7-2 does, but for like a fraction of the time. And I think that's fantastic. So, I mean, I would love to see more of it. I hope it's not just a one-time thing. Like, I know it's coming back later for people who want to complete it. But, like, for people who have completed it already, it'd be really nice to see, like, either, like, Gauntlet 2.0 or, like, you can run it a second time for, like, half the prizes. Which I would totally be okay with. Might go for a Daredevil this week if I've got time. His cutoff is going to be super low, so absolutely you may as well. Boink. Come on, my dude. I would. Normally I would. I've got the 6-star Unawakened. Normally I would, just, again, because it's Daredevil and, of course. But my 5-star is Sig 200, and Netflix Daredevil really benefits from being super high Sig, so the basic awakening on the 6-star isn't going to do a whole lot for me. So I'm like, no. Probably hold off. That being said, I'm not sure if what I'm doing with Purgatory. I think I'm just going for the 5-star. Seeing as how she's probably going to wind up being a bench warmer, unfortunately. And I always say that, unfortunately. I don't want her to be a bench warmer, but that just kind of seems to be the way that things are going. And then we'll have to see how Overseer winds up being. Hopefully he's a little bit better in hand. And we'll level up in coming up. I'll take up a few more champions to help with the grind. Absolutely. That's a really good idea. Every point helps. Every point helps. I guess I'm immune to reverse controls. Or was that a concussion? Let's try it again. Nope. There's a concussion. Man, that's annoying. That's annoying. Punchy, zap, 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 zap. Block resist. Now, as far as I know, there isn't a counter to the block resist mastery, right? Not that I recall seeing. Yeah, and that's the thing, Redwood. That's a real downer. She's in the exact same category as Psycho Man and Super Skrull in my book. Like, they've got a really cool design, and the animations are top notch. It's just the abilities behind the animations that just are really lacking. But like visually, they nailed it. Judah says, "Yo, Rob, what up, Judah? Good to see you, bud. Welcome to the Monday stream. How's it going?" Cool, there we go. That's it on 6 stars. Almost. Close enough. Close enough. Yeah, let's do that. Doing good. How about you? I'm all right. Been a busy day. It's nice to sit down for a bit. Gonna get some good Z's tonight, and then hit the ground running for tomorrow. Speaking of Psycho Man, did anyone see Kingslayer's tech tier ratings? I didn't. I didn't. Is that a new video from the last day or so? Because I know he periodically puts out tier lists and stuff like that. It'd be really funny if he has Psycho Man as like bottom tier. Like worse than some of the other options. Like Loltron. Because like he's got to be better than Loltron or... I'm trying to think. Well, it's because it's hard to say too at the same time because they buffed Vulture, they buffed Puncher 99 a while back, but he has gotten a buff. Iron Man probably. That's my guess. Iron Man, he's down there. Psycho Man is the 2021 Airwalker. Yup. At least they didn't prevent you from throwing a special 3 for 3 fights. That, I don't know what they were thinking. That's like a modern version of Spider-Gwen's Special 1 dealing no damage whatsoever. Like, why? Like, unless that Special 3 is effectively a one-hit KO no matter what, then there's no reason to lock it behind that many fights. But what a shame, though. Like, that guy had so much potential on paper. Like, all the different things that he can do, and, like, just concussions for days. He just hits like a noodle. Like, chasing his different cycles, his different emotions, and just constantly being on the offensive to do it. It's just not only is it not fun, it's just not realistic. Like, there's no way that the enemy bots play into your hand to be able to capitalize on that in a timed fashion. I don't know, it was weird. Oops. Brian says, Friday. What am I missing in the stream title? Oh, whoops. So I basically just copy pasted from last week's arena. And I changed it in the description. I caught it in the description. I didn't read closely enough at the title though. We are going back in time is what it is. This is the time travel live stream. It's Friday. We got the whole weekend ahead of us. We just got through the week. We got a couple days off. It's gonna be awesome, guys. That's what I was going for, definitely. It was intentional. Ironically, I kept getting slapped by Spider-Gwen's Special 1 earlier in Cav EQ. That's funny. Topical, but that's funny. That. we did time travel, if we close our eyes and pretend hard enough, we definitely will be back in the past. It's amazing. Everything is so different. It's like the future is still bright. Man Falcon popping in saying, "Sup, Rob? Hope all is well." It is. It is. Week's off to a start. And things are looking up. How are you doing? How's the weekend? I keep switching fingers. So part of the reason is like, should I really go for a featured? Or should I just like go for milestones and then chill? Just give my fingers a break. Fought someone in Arena who has a rank 3 6-star Joe Fixit for some reason. You know, I've seen some people post memes of that. Like they've took their Fixit up to rank 3 just to either just get Thronebreaker or just for the lulz. But that's really funny that you actually found one of them in the wild. Like a non-King, non-Thanos version. That's amusing. I mean, if you like a champion, go for it. I say that about anybody, and I guess that also includes Joe Fixits. But, man, unless he gets some kind of like crazy buff at some point, I wouldn't. I think this is going to be also the one Gilly 99 fight I'm going to enjoy playing. Because Daredevil can't miss. Even against robots for some reason. Like, the whole idea is that he can't miss because he hears their heartbeat, but robots... I'm not quite sure how that works. Blurg. Had a good weekend, long one for us as we celebrate the Queen's birthday. Not in June at all, but there you go. Which Queen, though? Victoria? Or is it just like, we just picked a date? I think the Cat Manny Music has Joe Fixit Ring 3 and he likes him so much. If you like him, then yeah, go for it. It's nice to see people ranking up champions that they like to play as opposed to like the same tried and true ones. The Dooms and the, I don't know, Surfers and the Mr. Fantastics of the world. Just because of prestige. Chat's quiet today, says Judah. It's Monday. Everybody's still waking up. I'm still waking up. I'm still waking up as I'm getting tired. I'm sure there's some reverse psychology in there someplace to parse through. More lag. Love it. Love it. I love how I took this quest to avoid fighting a Nick Fury, and I still fight a Nick Fury. Unawakened, so I mean that's a big difference, but still amusing. Yeah, but you just said it wasn't, like, actually the Queen's birthday. That's why I was wondering if, like, the date actually means something, or she, like, they just at some point, like, flipped through a calendar and did one of these, and that was the day. It's kind of like President's Day here in the States, right? Like the day itself, I don't think has any meaning, aside from it being nestled in between Lincoln and Washington's birthdays. But like that specific day, I'm not sure off the top of my head why that is. Someone in the chat knows like why that Monday specifically. Let me know. Want to learn something? Oh, great. Get out of here, Nick. Or not. Flew through a calendar, I think. Yeah. Different from the UK's date and Australia's too. Interesting. It's still 5:20 a.m. here, so it's obvious the chat is quiet from this end. Everybody's still rolling off of the weekend's festivities, I think. Sleeping it off. Can't blame them. Let's do that. What do you guys think we're going to get the new Spider-Man trailer? Like, there have been enough leaks and interviews and stuff and speculation for days, but my guess is like the weekend after Black Widow comes out, or like that trailer is gonna ride with the movie. Thinking that's gonna be the first reveal. We'll see. I don't know, for whatever reason, I got a flashback to when I was a kid in a theater, seeing, was it the Star Wars, was it episode 2? Or 3, I forget which one it was, trailer rolling. Wound up seeing the trailer play like 4 different times. I must have been out to the movies a bunch that season. But I mean, that was still back in the day when I was at least getting super hyped for the movies. So it's cool seeing it on the screen and building up that internal hype. Although I'm not gonna lie, I did have a bunch of hype when Force Awakens came out. Still is my favorite movie of the 3. But that's just my 2 cents. Judah says, do you live in the States? Yeah, California. Slap it around, slappity slap. Slappity slap. It's gonna be weird though when I do go back to a theater. I haven't been yet. Still kind of deciding which movie is gonna be the first movie to see going back. It's gonna be nice. Just everything, the atmosphere, just sitting and enjoying a film on the big screen. People says no Spidey 3 trailer until theaters pick up again. Dude, that's gonna be a while. That's gonna be a while. Like, if it isn't now already with them just being open,
if there's gonna be like that extra caveat that they've got to be rolling again, that could be a while. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Boink. Yoink. Too old to remember which Star Wars movies are which, but I do remember them being everything at the time. Yeah, I think one of the other contributing factors, you can say what you want about the directing, but I think there's a lot to be said for them being spaced out release-wise as they were as well. There's like one film every 4 years, as opposed to like a film every summer. Because it gave you so much time to just like build up hype again, and then not only that, but for them to actually like build up EU stories and the characters from film to film. Like you had the original Clone Wars cartoons after between 2 and 3, which was really cool. All the different comics and the games back when the games still tied in. And there wasn't this canon or that canon, it was just one canon. Everybody was on the same page. You could have fun with it and could flex in different ways and whatnot, but it's still all tied together. Back in my day, makes me super old. Doink. Beautiful. Take you back, we'll see the Spidey 3 trailer after they edit out anything Tom Holland has leaked. I will give that guy credit, because he is notorious for leaking, but I think he's learned his lesson, he's had his 180, and he is hyper aware of it now. So I will give him credit where credit's due. Learning from mistakes. Boom, 22K. Isn't it weird after Falcon and Winter Soldier, Kabam didn't release new Captain America in the game? I guess maybe later, but like the hype is over. So I will say this: I'm going to stick up for Kabam, having no inside knowledge, nothing, but just purely based on what I assume the situation to be. Just because with Disney's moving around everybody's release date like willy-nilly last minute on a whim, it must be a nightmare to design characters or champions and something that with this game that has a set release schedule. Like the rest of this year is already done in the books, penciled in, no wiggle room. And then for Disney to come through and like pull the rug out at the 11th hour. It's like, oh yeah, you can't actually release this character now because we just kicked the release date out another 3 weeks. So it's like, well, what are you going to do? You've already designed an entire quest. Got all the different key art, all the banners, the crystals, everything all set. So like, what are you going to do? You're going to just like run with the character as is, or are you going to like do a complete 180 and try and accommodate, knowing full well that they could wind up kicking the release date out again, just like they have and continue to do with White Widow. Like those champions have been in game about a year now, and the movie still isn't out. So I get it. If they were planning on doing one, if they still are planning on doing one, I hope that they do. But yeah, I am strongly on the devs side on that one. That having been said, I'd love to see a Falcon cap. An MCU Falcon cap. You kids have it so easy nowadays. Back in my day, had to walk to school uphill both ways in the snow with nothing but paper on my feet. It's true. It's true. And if the horses got particularly aggravated, then that would just slow down the entire trek. Logan says, can you send the link again? Yeah, I should still have it copy pasted. There we go. Link there to the infinite streak formula. So you can get the 4-star infinite, or get an infinite streak in the 6-star featured arena using 4 stars. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, hope it helps. We've got a second video also on the channel. It's newer. Like it came out this year. Just with me like going into excruciating detail and then like playing through the entire infinite streak live. So it's like an 1.5-hour video. So that one's a bit more of a slog, but that is also there if you're interested. Pew pew, pew pew, pew pew. Stop it, stop it. I wonder if this is gonna work. I don't think so. Get a fate seal on him. I don't think so. Yeah. That's interesting. And then it wipes out all of the judgments I had going already. Yeah. Interesting. Bingo. GS Runner popping in. How's it going, bud? Happy Monday. Welcome to the stream. Blink. Yoink. Let's do this. Hey, Buddy Lee popping in saying, hey Rob, how you doing? I am alive, I'm well. Trying to make the most of the week here. Still on the fence if I want to do another featured grind or if I'm just in it for milestones, but I'm doing pretty okay. I mean, like, outside of just real world stuff, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. June is firing on all cylinders. How are you doing? Shop I Dread says, hey, my boy Rob Von Adidas. An excellent choice in shoe, my friend. An excellent choice in shoe. But don't you think Disney Marvel would have sent heads up to BAM while filming the series so they could work on the game character? Even if the series date was moved, they would already have the model ready. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yes. So they would already have the character in hand, the model, the animations, and all that. It's everything else that goes along with it. So like tying the character into the monthly quests, say, and like programming the crystals to have the character, and the release schedule, and all the key art that goes with it between the crystal banners and the Instagram posts and the Facebook art and stuff like that. That's what winds up getting shafted. So it's like, okay, even if you have all that stuff done, then you would also have to have like the replacement character stuff done too, and all of that quest line and key art and stuff. Like it's a logistical nightmare. Because like, let's see, it's June right now, right? So right now Kabam's finishing up presumably the August champions. Right? Like the July ones are basically done at this point. The August ones are like in last form beta, effectively. At the very least. So I mean that's already a couple months advance, and then just depending on how Disney works behind the scenes for, you know, when they kick the can down the road for rescheduling. I mean, do they know 2 months in advance of when they announce a show is getting postponed? I mean, maybe. I would hope so, but I wouldn't count on it. I think we need Owen Wilson in game. Sigability? Wow. I'd be all for it. Brian says, to Buddy, congrats on the gauntlet run. Lurked a ton in the stream. Yeah, how did that go? And congrats on getting the gauntlet down. It's a nice little chunk of content to be over and done with. Doink. Doing good. Fingers still recovering from streaming the gauntlet run. My recommendation is to not do it in one sitting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A little late for me. I want to do mine in about 5 hours. Like, it's still pretty good, all things considered. Not the hour and a half that Metal Sonic dude did, but I'm okay with 5 hours for the loot that they did and that they had. Like, I kind of wish they'd do more stuff like that. Something that you can just churn out in 5 hours time. You know, have it be however challenging, but, you know, to dish out that kind of loot again, that was nice. That was nice. Oh boy. Big yawn. Big yawn. It's too early for that. Let's get this next milestone. Excellent, excellent. Oh, well, there we go. Even better. It's just like, yeah, no. Do that. Yes, I would like to do that fight again, please, and thank you. It was great content. I'm just not used to playing so long. 3.5 hours for me, but I started making a bunch of mistakes. Yeah. Stamina run. I think, like, if I took the Mojo fight out and if I took the Sasquatch fight out, that probably would be an easy hour save right there. Just those two fights. Or going into those fights with the strategy I wound up using from the get-go, save about as much time again. I let the Mojo fight get away from me at the start, so dude wound up getting 5 charges on him. So each subsequent time I revived and went at him was like an additional like 5% health I could get before the degen just melted. Not my finest hour. Well. Come here, dude. Come here, dude. That's that. Alright, guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on. It's pretty fun that in the hour and 40 minutes I've been streaming, the game's crashed twice. They say they fix it. They keep saying that they fix it, or they're addressing it, or they're looking into it, or whatever. And yet... As far as the loot goes, I mean, it was pretty okay. Wound up getting a brand new Yondu, which I'm okay with, because that's arena fodder. Woke up Blue Clops and was a champion, I think. First time awakenings. And then I had an extra, an extra 6-star, an extra 10,000 shards to open. I'm like, no, I'm gonna save these. Based off of that luck, I'm gonna save them. So I mean, it's not bad. They were useful pulls. They were just not exciting pulls. I mean, the rest of the loot is really where it was at for me. I got a tech 1 to 2 gem, which I'm deciding who I want to use that on, and then the generic is a prize in and of itself, you know. It is kind of tough though, seeing other people open up Nexuses and pull out like Archangels and Apocs and Nick Furies and whatnot. But it wasn't my time. Yeah, man, the fatigue is the toughest part. I mean, especially with like that and Legends runs too, because Legends runs are usually like twice as long. It's nice that they let you actually take a break now, but even still, it's like, oof. Maximum oof. Yeah, I'll roll with that. I'll roll with this. Make it work. Boink. Rough pulls, bright side, the rank resources are the real prize. Absolutely. Absolutely. Which is really funny because then, I mean, I got it done day 1. And then, not 2 days later, they wound up selling a rank 1 to 2 generic gem for, what was it, $100 or something? It's like, well, I mean, I'm glad I got the one I got for free. But at the same time, too, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it cheapens it a little bit, but the timing... It just makes me really worried for 7 stars. Just the amount of, like, ridiculous 6-star generic loot we've been getting. Between, like, them selling generic 1 to 2 rank-up gems, and then basically handing out 120 generic 6-star Sigstones in content and bundles otherwise in the last month of change. I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't like it. Marm says, yo, How's it going, Marm? Let's do this, shall we? Colossus to counter Elsa, just in case this dude has damage masters on. Fortunately not. Just Dex back, heavy charge, just bide my time. Just have her come to me. When does the next level of the side quest come out? Wednesday, I think, is it? Usually Wednesdays. Alrighty. That's good. That's good. So let's do this, guys. Let's go open up a crystal, shall we? Extra snazzy crystal. Let's open up, I can open up 2 of those 6 stars. That's nice. I'm saving up for the next feature, though, so I'm not going to do that today. But let's open up one of these Grandmasters. Get a chance for a 5-star. And as this is spinning out, let's do a couple of things. First off, I'm just throw a link there in chat. Let's go raid BG, say howdy. Under the hashtag RobVonRaid. If you guys want to guess who's going to pop out of the crystal here, throw that in chat, so it's fun to guess. I always guess Tigra. I never get Tigra, so today I'm going to say it's going to be a 4-star Dormammu. That's my guess. But I want to thank you guys for watching here the last couple hours. It's been a real pleasure getting to chat and hang out with you guys, and I always do say, and it's exactly true, is that it's the highlight of doing the streams here, so cheers, everybody. If you haven't already, please kindly consider liking the video and subscribe to the channel. Helps boost the YouTube analytics, and I do very much appreciate it. I'll be back Wednesday for another live stream. I'll be catching you guys then. That's a 3-star Omega. That's not super exciting. But that is going to do me for today, y'all. I'll see you over on BG's stream. Till next time, take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. Be well, everyone. Bye for now.